This is your Sleepless God back with What If Rogue Had a Brother Part 4. Okay, so last time we left off, he entered into the actual place itself and he realized that there's a lot more kids here than he actually thought, and he actually got a new name for himself. Now, the reason he got a new name for himself is not because he hated his other name. He didn't mind his other name. But his other name went back to his past. He's not that person anymore. He's not hopping around universes. He's still copycat, but uh but he's turning a new leaf and becoming more of a responsible person. And that's when he saw his sister. Last time he saw her, he was 6, kissing her in the head while he was leaving. And now seeing her almost fully grown, a woman, a full-grown woman almost, with kids running around and having fun, he kind of smiles as he does hear an explosion as he does go over there and sees that these little kids, the one girl who looks very abashed by the 3 little boys, one Darkness, Hothead, Alfred, or aka called Darkness, called Black, and the other one named Ace, but most of them just call him Fire Fist Ace, as they trained with him on trying to hit him. Now, the reason why he did this first was just to test out their abilities, really, because he let them go loose, and none of them couldn't even touch him, realizing that he needs a little bit of work on them, but actually he's doing pretty good with it. Now, let's start the video. As when he got done with that training, he basically did a research fest on these 3 people. Now, going down the line, first with Darkness. Now, Darkness basically had a normal past. She was a normal kid, born in Mississippi, raised and awakened her immune abilities, and her parents sent her down here. That's why she acts like that's why she acts normal and understands the ruling of this. Hey, listen to the teachers, blah, blah, blah. But she had a little bit of a devious side. It looks like around the ages of 10. It looked like she was a pocket. She liked to steal things. Before she broke that habit, she got actually into a lot of trouble. He wants to change her nickname though. Darkness works as a nickname for her, but I think he's like, I think I like Cat Burglar a little bit better. Or smiles and he says Black Cat. Yeah, that's Black Cat. Erases Darkness and puts down Black Cat. Now Hothead hates that name. Fucking hates it. Terribly hates it for that. Whoever nicknamed him that child is fucking pissed off to the world. But he actually was both his parents are chemical scientists, mostly naming explosions, so he knows how to react it, and he's incredibly smart. He's rage. He has a lot of rage in him, but he's incredibly smart. He's a genius intellect, passing all of his classes with straight A's, nothing, just flying through it. And it seems like he has a really good style with chemical reactions, and he likes to make things go boom. So he raised Hothead and put Ground Zero. I like that name so much. Ground Zero is so goddamn cool. I actually thought about that nickname for a while, and it's perfect for this character. Now, Alfred, or Darkness, as he nicknamed himself, it seemed like, because this is colored in pen. Fancy pen at that. You guys are going to use that later. He was born up into a rich family that became broke really, really quick. And actually became middle class very, very fast. And his 3 older brothers had to work middle-aged jobs just to get them back in line. When he was awakened with mutant powers, they sent him away here because they didn't want to feel the shame of actually having a mutant in their family. So they sent him away here when he was very young, about 11 years old. And he smiles and he says, no. He's named himself for a reason. He thinks he's dark. He thinks he's black. He erases that name instantaneously, crosses it out, and he renames himself King Arthur. He renamed it King Arthur. Now, Fire Fist Ace, he loves the nickname. Ace, Fire Fist Ace, perfect knowing for what he knows. But he has the most saddest one of them all. He awakened his mutant abilities before about the ages of 9, and he accidentally awakened it in bed when he was, sleeping, causing his house to burn down, caught in flames by his own immune abilities. When he was running out, the flames never hurt him, but it hurt the people that he loved. He burned his family to the ground. But he still blames himself for that cause, because he can see that he takes weekly therapy sessions with Mr. Xavier, and that's gonna work. That's going to work. I promise you this. It's going to work for some people. But Ace is a different person. Ace is gonna blame himself no matter what. It seems like on the notes he's trying to, and the recordings that they have at the sessions, because they'll have to have some recordings, because if suicidal thoughts go into this, they have to have evidence that he's able to listen to, because a little bit of janking around in the system a little bit. Plus, he already used his mutant ability on all of them to already read most of their, know their backstories. But he wanted to get the actual camera first on too. But he's gonna blame himself. They're trying in the session to make him not blame himself, but he's gonna blame himself. So what they need to do is flip that around. Okay, it's your fault. Then fix it. You can't fix it now. Then fix it when you were older. What I mean by that is he's trying to dig in Ace's system. You can't fix the fucking past. Yeah. And blame yourself. Yeah. But guess the fuck what you need to do? Take your shit, put it in a fucking bag, burn it in flames, and carry and save other people in that scenario. Because other people need parents, and you didn't get any. So you're gonna save the people's parents, aren't you, Ace? As he thinks about this stuff, and he thinks about it, as he says, I got it now. As he starts putting this in, now instantaneously when he gets downstairs, the kids are already over there, freshened up, showered. You see, Ground Zero, his new nickname, has still some barks, and he looks at all of them and says, new nicknames have been written down for you, mostly because I hated your old ones so much. It was disgusting that people even named you that. If Cyclops named you this, I would be not surprised, that dirty bastard. And some of the boys, like Ace is like, that's kind of funny. He says, "I hear some snickering over there by Ace." Ace looks up like, well, "What?" It's like, "You know what I hear about? You know what I know? You know what I care about snickering?" Ace gets rigid. "I love it. I love snickering. Keep on laughing. I don't give a shit." Now he looks over at her and he pulls out like a little pin of like a name that he personally writ. He says, "Your now new nickname changes from Darkness to Cat Thief." Cat Thief? No. I don't Cat Thief. Go into it, okay? As he walks over to Ground Zero and he says, "Now, whoever the fuck gave you the name Explosion, blah, 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 stupid shit, does not understand you." Pulls out the name Ground Zero and puts on his name tag. It's like a little like, okay, I should explain it. It's like a little like necktie, like the ones you get in kindergarten sometimes, but it's like a little like a necklace that you wear around, and it has like a little name tag that's like laminated onto that thing. As Ground Zero like stands up proudly and he says, "Yes, that's my name." As he looks over at now Arthur, and he says, "You gave yourself that nickname, and that's not fair at all. No one gives you a nickname. People give you that nickname." He's like, Alfred looks at him and just says, "But I love that nickname. My nickname perfectly represents my person." He says, "No, it doesn't. This one does, though." He gives him the little thing. He says, "Arthur, like King Arthur?" "Exactly. Rare with honor, my king. But please know that your subjects were more powerful." As he walks over to Ace and he says, "I do not want to change yours. I do want to talk to you after the lesson, but I do not want to change your nickname. Fire Fist Ace perfectly matches what you can do and what you are. Whoever nicknamed you that understands you as personally as I do." As he ruffles his hair, as he looks around the class and he says, "Now, yesterday, what did we learn, or what did we practice as Ground Zero and Cat and Cat Bandit, or Cat something? They shortened up to Cat if they're not doing full nicknames, but it's Cat Burglar if they really want. They're like, on the field." Both of them raise their hands. He says, as he's like, "Cat, what did we learn to learn?" "That we suck at touching you." He says, "Yes, but less inappropriate than that." Ground Zero, that we need to work on our balance, our skill, our movement, our stature, even our speed itself, because we couldn't even lay a finger on you. He says, "Very much true, Ground Zero. Very, very, very much true." See, as he looks at all of you and he pulls up a chair and sits down, he says, "Some of you do not understand what your abilities can do. Let me explain. Ground Zero did a pretty good job at the beginning, launching off his feet, making a massive explosion to launch him forward. But what he did wrong was he didn't compact it." As Ground Zero looks at him and says, "Compact it." So he says, "Think about this." As he makes an explosion in his hand. Boom. Now, if I'm just thinking about hitting more people as I possibly can, that's perfectly fine. But as he, twists his arm around and makes a more compact, tiny explosion, boom, and it actually moves his hand a lot more. I'm not going to do that. You're using more energy and more time to make something that's not big enough. Compact your explosion to make it faster. What about Kat? What do you think she did wrong? As Kat like gets rigid, like as like Arthur raises his hand and says, "She sucks." Wow, Arthur, that's some great criticism. You also sucked. If you really want to make sure of that, but I'm not a fucking judgment call here. As he's like, what I mean by that is she lengthened out her ability too much to the point where even if she could touch her, even touch you, she couldn't use her ability to the fullest. So what you're meaning is you need to attach it to more of herself and put it near her own shadow. Well, yes, I was thinking something like that. That's perfect. Kat, try it out. As she starts like wrapping her shadow around herself, like almost like a suit. And she's now use your shadow as the willing point. Your shadow is going to be super useful for your own kind of creativity. You are darkness. As looks at Arthur, he says, "Now what about him? What did he do wrong?" As Ace raises his hand and says, "Ace, he's made his armor too thick. Couldn't move that well, couldn't move that fast. And with that, he couldn't compact his armor enough where even if one single blow cracked it with ease, especially with your punches. So he needs to make his armor more durable by making it more compact, but also make it more movable because if he makes it too big, he's going to be easily smashed." As Arthur says, "Well, also that I need my armor to be big." He says, "Do you though?" He says, "Now think about this. If I can't hit you, why would you need armor?" As he opens a portal and grabs a shield, tosses to Arthur, holds it in one hand. "That's all you need." So Arthur says, "A shield? I'm a king. That's why you name me Arthur. All kings need a shield. Even Arthur Pendragon had Merlin the Great." As he looks at the shield and starts flowing his energy to make one, making his suit of armor less big and musculature, and keeping more stylistic choices, but keeping it light and stable. Now, what about Ace? The longest time, no one had a comment. And then Ace raises his own hand. "I went too big. I was not compacting on areas I should have, and then I overexerted myself trying after you. You easily countered me by grabbing my leg and chucking me." Exactly. But what about his abilities? He compacted his fire to the point where he can go supersonic. Even in a short room like this, he can go about 200 miles an hour with ease. His fire, if he wanted to hit me, he was going massive, and he kept it away from his person. So basically, he did his best as he physically possibly can to attack me. But one thing, he didn't go all out. Did you, Ace? He says, "What do you mean? I went as hard as I thought would be necessary, but no. In a fight, no one's gonna care if you live or die. You must live, though. The villains don't care, but I do. I want you to live every day. So fight me with 100%. For today, you're going to work on those things that we were talking about, making your explosions smaller, making your your own darkness, your own cloak, making your armor more dense, and wearing a shield to master out that ability. Maybe working with that. And looks over at Ace and he says, "You're gonna come with me, and you're gonna go all out." As this is where we're going to end off the video here. I hope you guys like it. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.